Today I fucked up by buying condoms. Plot twist. This actually happened today. Today I, 29 female, left my husband and family at the campsite we've been camping at for the last 4 days. I had to leave because I have work tomorrow and the rest of them, 12, are either children or on holiday. We spent 3 nights sharing a tent with my mill and 4 days doing water sports, swimming, fishing and drinking rum around the campfire with various members of our families. I've stopped taking birth control and we have been abstinent during my cycle, too messy, and my ovulation days. My cycle was the week before camping and my ovulation starts when my husband returns from camping. Obviously there was no sex while camping but a few sneaky feels and maybe a underwater hand job or 2 while swimming in the lake. I decided I would go the long way home and stop in at the chemist and get some condoms on the way home so we could screw our brains out when he gets back. Didn't use condoms when on BC so don't have any on hand. Instead of taking the backroad shortcut I went through the city and got caught in not 1, not 2 but 3 major traffic delays. 1 on my way into the city, car off a bridge, 1 dead, 1 in the city, 5 car pile up across 4 lanes. And then 1 on the way home, shed fell off a trailer on the highway blocking both lanes and no diversion possible. All because I wanted to bang my husband when he got home in 3 days instead of just waiting 2 more days like we normally do. Too long did not read. By being a horny bitch and getting stuck in 5 hours of traffic because I wanted to stop in and buy some condoms for my husband and I whilst returning from a family camping trip. Sound like you got screwed in a completely different way than expected. Thought this was headed a different direction when I read. We spent 3 nights sharing a tent with my mill and 4 days doing water sports. My brain is fucked. If anyone knows where I can get a new one, let me know. Next time just do anal instead. Can't help feeling the important takeaway from this is to learn what city you drove through and avoid driving in it like the plague. It's not easy being a hero. Well, that's one way to get fucked. Cold sweat smile. Sorry to hear it wasn't the way you had hoped. Can you not buy condoms literally anywhere, gas station, night shop, grocery store, etc.? Def could have just got some close to home without going out of your way, right? Bizarre. This is a very tame TIFU, lol. At least it's still a happy ending. Today I fucked up by mixing bleach with vinegar and having COVID. So today we received a package from IKEA with a random assortment of bathroom bits and bobs including the long-awaited suction cup shelving. A great start I thought, to what was a terrible previous week after losing all sense of smell and taste to COVID. Which by the way is literally that. You cannot smell and taste anything. Literally just the olfactory void. Unpacked, proceeded up the stairs and removed the old shelving on the shower revealing mold the likes of which have never been seen, black hairy nastiness. In my post-COVID stupor I decided to unleash not just one chemical of holy fire bleach but also alchemically mix a significantly powerful fungicide with it, white vinegar. Neat. For 3 whole minutes I thought that this was the best damn clean I'd given the bathroom in years. Why don't I mix these two, I started retching after realizing the abomination that had occurred. I stopped, opened every window I could find to let out what was surely the foulest smell of chlorine gas. Hobbled outside and lay on my freezing decking hoping I had not done irreversible damage to my respiratory tract. After a call to 111, UK NHS non-emergency call centre, I'm now sat here wondering if my lungs are turning to mush from my stupidity and waiting for the healing power of fresh air to stop the wheezing. Too long did not read. Found mold in my bathroom, created amateur mustard gas whilst trying to deep clean and nearly gassed myself due to not being able to smell fuck COVID. My husband nearly killed himself with exhaust fumes while working on his classic car after losing his sense of smell to COVID. Our entire house was filled with CO. Attached garage and then into the house. Thank God for a functional detector. In case anyone reading this doesn't know, it is absolutely not safe to run a car in the garage, even if the garage door is open. Don't mix cleaning chemicals without checking if they can be mixed. JFC. There is either nothing here or just this link. After a call to 111, UK NHS non-emergency call centre. Why the non-emergency? Seems like an emergency to me. I did this same shit trying to clean my shower. The apple cider vinegar was doing a decent job but I thought adding bleach to that would be even better. Damn near knocked me out. Bleach plus Lysol equals bad, chloramine gas. Bleach plus Windex equals bad, chloramine gas. Bleach plus rubbing alcohol equals bad, chloroform. Bleach plus vinegar equals bad, chlorine gas. Bleach plus lemon juice equals bad, chlorine gas. Basically, just don't mix bleach with anything. I always find stories about people losing smell from COVID really entertaining. I've never had a good sense of smell. Only the most strong of odors can hope to register, like bleach on a nasal swab type strong. So I really find it interesting just how much people who can smell rely on their smell. It's not something I ever experienced, it's just so fascinating. You should try bleach and isopropyl alcohol next. TIFU by finding out after 22 years my name isn't actually my real name. Today I tried to give plasma since apparently COVID has affected the price per donation drastically and you can get like $100, so why not? I brought my ID, social, mail etc. and when I was filling out the paperwork they noticed I only had one middle name on my social, and both middle names on my ID. For self-preservation I'm not telling the one on my social because it's the most hillbilly name in existence and I absolutely hate it, but the other that's on my ID is Lee. I've known the story about how I got my middle name since I was really young. My grandmother gave me the horrible name, and Lee is after my late grandfather. I like Lee and I've went by it on and off for periods of my life. And after learning about this weird discrepancy I called my mom and asked her exactly what the hell it was about, and to my surprise it's not on my birth certificate and it's not actually my middle name. Her and my dad thought of it months after I was born because my real middle name was hideous, but they didn't want to offend my grandmother. Too long did not read. TIFU by finding out after 22 years my name isn't actually my real name. But did you get the $100 bucks? After 22 years, you definitely need to get a copy of your own birth certificate. If we guess the hillbilly name, will you tell us? I'm going to guess it's Ulysses. Edit. For anyone that doesn't feel like digging, OP revealed the hillbilly name to be Cooter Bob Lee. This reminds me of my late grandmother. My mom always thought her name was first name, middle name. She found out pretty late that her official name was the opposite. That was tame compared to my uncle. He was known his whole life as first name, middle name. He went to get a passport when he was in his 40s. He found out that his legal name was baby boy last name. Fun times for him. He was a full professor with a PhD at this point. He needed to do a legal name change. I found out in my late 30s that my birth certificate was never updated after I had a legal name change when I was 5. I had a social security card, driver's license and everything, but my birth certificate still had my birth name. I had to make a ton of phone calls to my birthtown city hall and send them documentation, etc. to get it straightened out, but I finally got it straightened out. I completely understand not wanting to give out the horrible name, but dang it, I am so curious now. There's a Bubba here somewhere. There's always a Bubba. Rumpelstiltskin?